Hello and welcome to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and life coach who assists women in living and manifesting an exquisite life for themselves. The topic of today is, if you're a spiritual person, does everything go perfectly every minute of every single day forever and ever? This came up in a couple of my coaching client sessions today, and it happened, well, in both of them. And then I watched a video while I was eating my lunch, and I said, okay, I'm getting the message. Things come to me in threes. I don't know about you, but when I see them in threes, that is my complete message that has to be it. And so when we start on the road of spirituality, I had the idea, if you are a spiritual woman, then everything should flow well all the time. And that is something that I speak about all the time, right? I talk about elegant flow, no more peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys. That's what my message is, because that's how I used to live my life. If you had any look at any of my journals between the time I was a child up to about 2011, you would have seen peak valley drama all over the place, exclamation marks and all. And now it's a very different story. And I think when people hear me talking about that, they think that there are never any little dips. Remember how I describe elegant flow though. Instead of we go like this. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Just because we are living human experiences means that there will be things coming up, all right? They just will. Someone may say something to you. You might read something that bothers you in the newspaper, on the news. You might see something on TV that disturbs you and you don't know where it comes from. You may be building a business and things are not going as you expected them to go. You know, loads of things can happen throughout your daily experience. Someone can cut you off unexpectedly out of traffic. And what I want you to know is that, yes, it is normal when you are a spiritual woman who chooses to live elegantly. Yes, you start to live in flow. You start to sit back a little bit more and surrender and tune in. Your state is one more of a beingness, and then you do when you're guided to do it. That's the kind of flow we're talking about. And if those circumstances come into your life, you have the elegant tools to bring you back into balance so you can start flowing again. So if I use myself for an example, the elegant life has grown even faster than I ever could have imagined in this last year. And it is continuously asking me to expand and to grow and to really just keep up with what energetically is happening. And there are times I would say I'm an ambivert, because when I'm out socially, I'm so excited to be with everybody and to learn about everybody, and that's just my nature. Yet I will hit a point when I will need to go, because my energy will have been completely used up and I need to go, I need to be home, it needs to be quiet, I need to be alone, and that's when I get my energy. And so for me, when I see this expansion happening, and I'm feeling it because I am busier than ever, my unconscious mind goes into a bit of protection mode, like, ooh, maybe we should just stay here where things are nice and comfy. And then I can tend to sometimes go that way and try to say, okay, I'm going to only do this and I'm only going to do that. And, you know, these things are important to me. And yet the universe will keep, because remember, the universe is always about expansion. And so whether we want to expand or we don't want to expand, it will be in there and it will move us and push us until we fully accept that, well, it's going to be happening one way or the other. So we better flow with it. And then you go back to your tools, you use your tools, and then you start receiving guidance. You start receiving guidance of how to handle this new expansion, this tipping point that my clients are so on right now, and many, many of you are as well. Remember that when you are at that tipping point of that next expansion, that next evolution, things get messy. They can. And oftentimes they feel messy because you're going into an area that doesn't feel so comfortable. So number one, I would say give yourself some time and some space and the permission to allow this experience to unfold. Don't try to figure it out. The figuring out creates more stress. Spend more time being. Spend more time using the Elegant Life tools that are available for you to use. And when you do that, and you're in that state where you are in your most intelligent state, which means you're open and you're full of divine energy. And in that energy, the perfect result, the perfect action, the perfect person to call, the perfect way to organize things will come to you. So number one, give yourself permission to be in this space. Number two, focus more on being. Gift yourself time to be and the time in general for this whole thing to unfold. It will, but not if you're in a panicky state. Panicky state turns off the dial to divine intelligence. It turns it off. So remain open, use your elegant tools, and then just spend your time enjoying life until you get that message of how to best move forward. And then what you have to really take responsibility for is the very final point. The divine gifted all of us free will. And we have the choice whether we open up now and say yes to that little nugget of inspiration we've been giving, or if we're going to remain where we are and make the choice to stay in this comfort. That's your choice. You will always be pushed for expansion. It's not going to go away. It does happen, but how will you decide to move forward? So if we summarize this, yes, if you are a spiritual woman who chooses to live elegantly like I teach, then you will be living in elegant flow. You spend your time being and enjoying pleasure and surrendering until you get that moment of inspiration for an action or a movement or a person to call or something to do. Then you take action on that. That's what you do. And don't always think that from that one action is going to be a massive result that you've been hoping and wishing for. That action will lead you to the next one. Will lead you to the next one. Will lead you to the next one. It is unfolding. And remember, the process of living is the joy, is the experience. Please hold off on waiting for that moment, because whenever we're at that moment, the universe will start moving again and wanting to expand and move us to the even next level. So enjoy the process. Do not get upset that you're going through things. Focus on what you know and you are empowered to do through this Elegant Life channel. And if you have not been introduced to the art of living elegantly, then this is your time. If things are not flowing, if you feel an expansion but you don't know how to move with it and you're feeling a lot of uncomfortableness through this growing period, you've got to do the Art of Living Elegantly program. It teaches you how to live elegantly, how to get in flow, and how to wait and receive and take action on all of those things. It's a beautiful, beautiful program. And even if you've gone through it and you're going through another evolution, go back, start at module 1 and work your way through. At this level that you are at now, you'll receive different information than you received the first time. This new information will help you on this next evolution. So on that note, I hope now that you feel more comfortable going through little whoops, that you feel more open to the expansion that you're going through now, and that you are empowered to do what you are required to do during this time of expansion or tipping point, and then take action to either go and invest in the Art of Living Elegantly or go through it again. Make it an elegant week, and we will see you next time.